There we go. All right, happy Friday. I'm excited to be here with you again today. And we are going to, you're going to be learning two of the new pieces today. So we're going to review and do all of what we have been doing, and then we're going to add in a new exercise for personal work, and then also we're going to do sword fingers, and I'm going to teach you sword fingers. So sword fingers is a healing movement that you can use on yourself, absolutely, but you can also use it to help heal those around you. So you can use it on your family, you can use it on your fur babies. So I'm excited to share that with you. Let's get started. So before we move straight into it, I'm just gonna give you a reminder of the moves that we have been doing. And then I wanna go into a little bit of the biomechanics of the new one, because it's a little bit hard on people's, it can be a little bit more challenging on the body. So the first one is the moving of the yin and yang, and we've been doing that each week. And then last week, we moved into the breathing of the universe. So the focus is kind of on the elbows being very floaty. And then you can bend and straighten the knees as it feels right for you. But if you have knee issues and that doesn't feel right for you, just be still. That's absolutely fine. And of course, as always, you can do these in a chair if you really have some knee issues or a foot issue, and I know a couple of you do. Then we went into the joining of yin and yang, which was this one where we created the ball. And we talked about using the elbow and the shoulder to create that movement, right? And then we added in the movement of going from one side of the body and the knee bending to the other side of the body and the knee bending. So we're just kind of moving our weight side to side, one knee bends, and I kind of turn my body out, and then I come back, and I turn my body out. And we're gonna actually, next week, we're gonna be adding to this one because we have another one that does this. So this is just a really nice one to get in the body. I personally love this movement. It feels really great. It feels like lots of opening up through this. Okay, so those are reviews from the last 2 weeks. And of course you have the videos, so you can always go back to them. And we're just continuously adding each week. So what will happen is by the time we get to the 6th week, basically we'll just do the moves, and then you'll have, and then what you can do with that is that you can mix and match it. So maybe you want to do all of the moves, all 5 of the moves, and we may add in a couple more, but at least you'll have all 5 of the moves that you can do, maybe 5 or 10 minutes each before you move on to the next. Or you could pick different moves depending on something that's going on in your body, and you can do that move for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, or maybe an hour feels great to do that one move to help very specifically whatever issue it is in your body. Today we're going to be working and clearing the spleen stomach channel. And sometimes you'll see it called stomach channel, sometimes you'll see it called spleen channel. They work so, there's such a partnership between the two that it goes back and forth. So some of the reasons why you might want to use this for your own personal body could be nutritional deficiency issues or digestive issues like Crohn's disease, IBS, diarrhea, that kind of thing. This channel also works with muscles, so maybe muscle weakness, or you have trouble lifting limbs, or that kind of thing. Also, because it has the spleen channel, we've got blood formation. So if you have blood issues that way, it also connects to mouth and tongue issues. So maybe, you know, clamping of the jaw, that kind of thing, TMJ issues, you could use it for that. as well as, because it's stomach issue or stomach channel, overthinking. For those that are overthinkers, for those that worry and have anxiety, this is a great one for you because it helps to clear all of that. The emotion that we are going for when we do this exercise, which is called connecting with heaven and earth, is peace and groundedness. So exact opposite of, you know, anxiety and worry, peace and groundedness. So that's what we're trying to create through here. But it is interesting because it's maybe not the most comfortable of moves. So here's how it looks. Your arms are gonna go above your head. And when we raise our arms up, we are activating the stomach channel, also spleen, lungs, and liver. So we've got all of these pieces going on when we activate just by putting our arms up, okay? So that's number one. Then we are going to use our legs to go up and down. So because I don't want it to be a stressor on your back, I'm going to suggest that you're more in an upright position. Like this is not more of a squat position. We're going to be more upright and we're going to go this way up and down. If having your arms up too far is hard on your body, go ahead and just drop them down a little bit. I want to keep the ease through there. We're just trying to get them up, you know, into a raised position, but it doesn't necessarily have to be here. It could be here. It's, again, whatever feels okay and safe in your body. What else did I want to say? Oh, and then we're going to be adding in bouncing today, which we haven't done before. And I love bouncing. I actually have been using bouncing with my clients for years, and I did not realize it was a Qigong thing. So bouncing in my studio looks like, if we take out the Qigong, bouncing in my studio is done on mini trampoline. So you can also do, if you have a mini trampoline, you can bounce on that prior to doing the Qigong. What I love about the mini trampoline is that it's easier on the joints. The reason why I use it is because it gets the lymph moving. And so boosts your immune system. And then we've got, it affects the cells and it makes the cells, you know, really bouncy and happy. Every time we lift our arms above our head, fascially, if we're looking at it, not from a Chinese medicine point of view, but from fascially, it creates movement through the body and actually helps the brain to set off endorphins that help us to feel happy and joyful. So just that move alone helps us to feel happy, which is nice. So in Qigong, we don't use the trampolines, although you certainly could at home if you have it. How we do it without a trampoline is to use our knees. That's the general rule of thumb, is we use our knees and we're gonna just bounce our body. You can bounce your body for 1 to 2 minutes prior to any practice that you might do. That can be hard for somebody that has knee issues, right? So I'm going to give you an alternative. And the alternative would be, if I get back a little further so you can see it, is to use your heels up and down. Now, if that felt okay for you, but maybe your balance was off, just hold on to something and use your ankles up and down. When you use the feet to go up and down like that, you're actually activating the 6 channels through your feet, which is a great thing anyway. But what if none of those things work? No problem. What you can do is sit in a chair if you have foot or knee pain, excuse me, and just simply imagine it. Or you can just stand there and imagine what it would feel like in your body to be moving those pieces. I call that an as-if exercise. I want to imagine it so fully that I really feel my body and my muscles contracting as though they are doing it. And I'm just sitting there, picturing it, trying to feel it in my body. So that would be, I'm giving you lots of ways to make it feel good for you. Again, this is good, better, best, right? Just whatever works for you. So we are going to start with the bouncing. And we're going to start with the arms down. And just join in however it feels good in your body. So I start with the arms down because we're going to do this for a minute or two, and it gets tiresome to have the arms up, but also, you know, blood flow and all that. For some people, it really feels they lose a lot of blood when they do that, and it just feels uncomfortable. So I want you to do whatever feels right for you. You may find that too, the exercise that we are going to do today also has arms up. And so that's one more reason why you may not do that exercise as long as some of the others. So if it feels uncomfortable while we're doing it, I want you to simply imagine that you're doing it. And since we're bouncing, I'll tell you a really great story that was passed on to me in, I think it was level 3, and Master Wellick was talking about being, he was working with a gentleman who'd had a stroke and couldn't do a lot of the exercises on one side of his body. So he was imagining, he was using one arm and then imagining using the other arm. And after several months of doing it, he realized that he could kind of start to move it. And then after 6 or 7 or 8 months, he actually had movement through that other arm, simply by imagining and creating that in his head, okay? So don't think that just because you're imagining it, that you're not participating. You are. You're absolutely participating in your body. It's exactly what your body needs. Kind of hard to talk at that. I feel like my voice is all over the place. Okay, so now we are going to add in the arms. So go ahead and raise them to whatever level is comfortable for you. And you can let the, I know you can't see it, but I'm letting my hands flat. And if that doesn't feel good, you don't have to. One of the masters actually said that that she does this for an hour. She's out of Canada, and she was saying she does bouncing for an hour. As a master, I think they're doing Qigong 2 to 3 hours a day. So anyway, so she does her bouncing for an hour, and I was like, wow, that's impressive. I do like to bounce on a trampoline, but I don't know if I do this for a whole hour. Does this feel nice though, doesn't it? It does feel like those cells are just moving around and getting really, really happy. It feels very joyful. It feels very childlike, which I love, to bounce around like this. And we are detoxifying the body as we do this as well. I'm not sure if I said that prior. We are. And let's bring the arms down again. And we're just going to let them swing. This is just a funny little aside, but they've actually scientifically shown that after bouncing on a mini tramp, this was the study was done on mini tramps, but that you actually have for a short period of time more strength in your body. So they utilize mini tramps in MMA fighting. They put it in the dressing room and they bounce before they go out into a match, I guess, just to give them extra strength for whatever that last 15 minutes. I can't remember how long it was, 20 minutes. But I thought that was fascinating. So we actually are gaining a little bit of strength. So if you weren't going to do Qigong and relax, you could go work out in the yard and have a little extra strength there. But not a bad thing to do before you plan to go, I don't know, chop something down or something like that. All right. I think it is time to calm our minds and calm our bodies. So, whew, can you feel that energy? It's already building. And I'd like you to imagine, with your eyes closed, that there is a golden light all around you, full of energy and sparkles. And we're going to inhale it just like we did last week through the belly button. Inhale it into the belly button. As you exhale, feel it expand and grow inside your body. Continue to inhale it into your body, and as you exhale, it grows and expands. It's going to grow and expand so much that it's pushing out everything that you do not wish in your body. Any illness, any dis-ease, any negativity, maybe negative interactions that you've had recently. It's just pushing it all out because you are pulling in that beautiful golden light. So push it out. And you are watching it leave your body as either gray or black smoke, or maybe it transforms into butterflies and flies up. But continue to see yourself drawing it in on the inhale, pushing it out on the exhale. If you do see smoke, imagine it just floating away from you. There's a nice breeze, it just pushes it away. And if it's butterflies, see them just flying off. I'm going to have you place your hand over your heart for a minute and find that memory that we've been working on that brings you peace and happiness, makes you feel soft and relaxed. Just relax your shoulders and your facial muscles. Soften your knees. They can either be bent or just soft and relaxed. Place your tongue against the roof of your mouth. That connects both the front and the back channels, so it's a connection point. You want to keep that tongue there throughout. And now place your right hand in front of your chest and your left hand in front of your belly button. And in your mind, you're going to say, my body is in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I are combined together as one. And then let's begin moving the hands in that elliptical pattern. So one drops down, left hand is raising up, going around and down. Feel that energy emanating from your hands, your fingers. You may feel as though there's a glove over your hands. You may feel tingling or ticklish feeling in other parts as well, arms, chest. You can imagine a column of light from the crown of your head all the way to the base of your pelvis, so through your entire torso. And that column extends light outward and energy outward. Feel that. You try and push your hands closer to your body, you can feel that energy. It's like a force field all the way up your center. Keeping your shoulders relaxed, allowing the arms to move freely. And the emotion connected with this movement is happiness. So in your mind, fill yourself up with words of happiness. Talk to your body. I'm filled with happiness. My mind feels happy. How can you not smile when you say that? My mind feels happy. My bones feel happy. This exercise activates the liver channel. So how about my liver feels happy? And the color of the liver channel is green. So if you'd like, you can add in imagery of emanating from your fingers. We use the colors in the Qigong healing work. We'll talk a little bit about that as time goes on. What else would you like to feel happy in your body, or your mind, or your interactions, on a day-to-day? Bring any of that in. For instance, it fills me with happiness to be with my family. Maybe you're a teacher, a doctor, or a helper, a therapist out in the world. It makes me happy to help people. Or I feel happy when I'm helping. All of those things count when we're doing this work. There's nothing off the table. Fill yourself up. Everything you need. And most especially with things that feel maybe challenging. Continue to inhale through the belly button. That energy, that golden light around you. This is one of the things that differentiates this form from other forms of Qigong, is that we are pulling energy from outside of us rather than from our own personal stores. And we're going to come back to our belly button. Both hands will be in front of the belly button. For women, your left hand will be out, and for men, your right hand will be on the outside. There's a space between each hand and your belly, so we're not touching any part of our bodies. There's a space between all of it. And just bring in that energy through the belly button. Feel it coming in. You're sending in even more through your palms and fingers. As you exhale, feel that energy not only expanding through your body, but also expanding and coming out through your arms and palms and fingers. Getting more and more energy pushing. And moving into the next exercise, which is the breathing of the universe. Using those elbows and bringing the hands in to find that ball. About the size of a soccer ball or a volleyball. Yours might be slightly bigger, slightly smaller. Feel the energy of that ball, then compress it slightly and open. This exercise opens the heart channel. The emotion is joy. The color associated with it is either red or pink. So you can imagine, if you like, red or pink light coming out of your hands. Think about things that bring you joy. And then we'll add in thoughts, talking to our body. My muscles are filled with joy. Joy fills me from head to toe. My fingers vibrate with joy. If you'd like, you can add in that extra piece where the knees go up and down. Only if it feels safe in your body. Inhale to straighten and the arms go out. You exhale and the knees bend and the arms come in. It's kind of like a flower blooming. So we inhale to bloom bigger and taller. We exhale to close at night. What are the things in your life that bring you joy? Think about those things. See them. And if you have a hard time thinking about something that maybe brings you joy, imagine something completely new. always wanted to take a ride in a hot air balloon because you think that would be a very joy-filled experience, and imagine riding on that hot air balloon. Imagine what it would be like, the exhilaration, the excitement, the joy of seeing the world from above and feeling the air on your face and the beauty all down below. Imagery and our brain are so powerful together. The brain can't tell the difference between what is reality and what we show it in our mind. If you feel happy with the image, your brain will be happy with that. We're going to change movements now, so bring your hands in, find your ball, create your ball. And now one hand is going to go on top. Feel that ball. Use your breath. Inhale through the belly button, that lower dantian. Inhale that energy, and then exhale it through your arms into your hands and feel that ball glowing and growing. You can play with it just like taffy. Stretch that ball, compress that ball. We're going to begin moving side to side, opening up the body a little bit, then bending the opposite knee, moving the torso, rotating to open, and then back to the other knee, bending it. All the body changes its weight to that leg. Open by rotating through the spine, and then switching to the opposite leg. We're still filled with joy. This is still an exercise of joy. So you can continue to say joyous things to your body. And when you're ready, we're going to add in that movement through the elbow and shoulder to play with that ball of energy. Shifting one hand to the top, one hand to the bottom, going to the other side, and making the change in the switch. This movement fills me with joy. This movement, as I said last week, is like an otter playing in the water, the ball, or a starfish, just enjoying that joy. My organs are filled with joy. My eyes seek joy wherever they look. My heart shines and radiates with joy. Joy feels like sunshine radiating outward from my body. And come back to center. Feel that ball. Now, you may need to open your eyes for a minute, but we're going to take that ball. We're going to bring both hands parallel. And I want you to open up just like the breathing of the universe. We're moving on to the next piece. So we're going to bring the hands in. Feel that energy. Can you feel that? We're pushing it. We're compacting it. And now, keeping that ball of energy, we're going to raise it above our heads to whatever way is comfortable. It doesn't have to be all the way up. It could be wherever you feel comfortable. But continue to hold that energy ball. And then we're going to go up and down with the knees. Exhale to come up. Inhale to come down. Exhale to come up. Inhale to come down. Feel free to drop your hands. Just keep the energy ball going if you need to drop them. At some point, just do your best. And the emotion for this is peace and groundedness. Bring your awareness to your feet, which is where groundedness lives. Your connection to the earth. And push down into the floor as you come to standing. Push down against the floor. Feel that grounded feeling. The earth carries you every day. And your hands are the peace, reaching for the heavens. Peace. I am filled with peace. My mind feels peaceful. My body feels peaceful. Remember that if you need to change positions, you can just use your imagination. If you're doing this in a chair, use your imagination. Try to relax through your shoulders. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Can you feel that peaceful ball of energy still? Check in. There's a lot of things going on in this particular move. Exhale to come up. Inhale through the belly button. Exhale, press through the feet. Inhale through the belly button. Exhale through the feet. I feel fully at peace. My mind is fully peaceful. Peace radiates all around me. I exude peace. I walk through the world feeling grounded. I offer peace to those I meet. Check in with your shoulders, make sure that they're dry. Just one more. Inhale down. Exhale, push through the feet. Drop those arms nice and slow and gentle. Keeping that ball of energy going. All right, before we close it out, we're going to talk, and before we close the energy out, we're going to talk about sword fingers. So here's how to create sword fingers. You're going to take your hand, take your two last fingers and touch them both to your thumb, and then keep two fingers like that, so you can see it. So the idea is that the energy is flowing through us, and you have energy flowing right now through you. So take those sword fingers and place it on a body part, any body part, and see if you can feel that energy and play with it. You can do it on your palm. That might be the easiest place to do it. Go in circles and just see if you can feel. Make them bigger. Go in a pattern. Like a W pattern back and forth, or maybe up and down. Can you feel that energy? So let's say you personally right now have a sprained ankle, which I know at least one of you has a sprained ankle. So what you would do is you would sit down in a comfortable way, and I know it's challenging to get to your own ankle, but you would use that energy. On the exhale, you would really push that energy through the arm, and you would be breaking up the blockage by moving it in different ways. And that's what we're doing with sword fingers. We're breaking up the blockage. Now there's more to, there's a lot more to healing that we can learn about, but this is the basic, is to break up the blockage. Then you want to remove the blockage, and then we're gonna add in more energy, which you could certainly play with and practice, but for now, just know that this is breaking up the energy. Then you can move it out, and then you can, using that energy that you've already created, push energy back into it. And as you get more advanced, you'll learn that you can add in certain colors to shift things, and use your mind to shift things. Oh, those birds are going crazy there. I hope you can hear those birds. Okay. So that is the sword finger. Play with that through this next week. If you have more than one of you in your family taking this class, which I know many of you do, practice on each other. Right? This is a great way to help heal one another. You can practice on, again, your animal loves. You can practice on yourself in places that you can reach to. And then before we close out, because we still have that energy going, we're going to imagine inhaling that energy into the lower dantian. Just close your eyes and bring yourself back into your body. Keep your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Inhale. And as you exhale, begin the globe that is behind your belly button to swirl and turn in a clockwise manner. And you can discern clockwise by either looking down through your body, and that would be clockwise, or imagining a clock laying on your belly, facing outward, and that would be clockwise. And as you inhale, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter, and it continues to turn. And as you exhale, the ball gets smaller and smaller. So even though it's getting brighter, it's getting tinier and tinier and tinier, until it is the size of an almond, beautiful light-filled almond. Place it back behind the belly button. And then let's take our hands and we're gonna rub them together like we always do at the end of our session, because we want to harvest the chi that we've just created, harvesting that energy. Getting in between the fingers, because that's where the spine is. And then the heart point is right there, so we get right on that heart point. Get a lot of heat going, and then put it over our face. Just a little heart shape, going up the nose, across the forehead, and down again. And we're gonna cup our top of our head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and cup the back of our head right at the base of the skull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to take and massage our ears all the way from the rim of the ear, the inside of the ears, because all of the 5 points that we are learning in this class are all in here in the ears. And we're going to gently tug on the ear lobes. And we have a little extra time today, so we're going to go ahead and use the long version for harvesting the energy. So taking your left arm out, cup your right arm. We're going to go down the inside of the arm and then the outside of the arm. And then the other arm, so your right arm. You're going to go your left side of the body and the right side of the body. And then tapping through the chest, the belly. Getting into the kidney area, you're just going to kind of pat it and then massage it in a circle. And then the sacrum. So we're just patting at the sacrum, which is the start of our vitality. Keep that vitality going throughout. We're going to take our fingers now and interlace them. We're going to go in that clockwise manner over the belly. We just worked on the stomach and spleen channel, so I want to definitely include that today. And then we're going to do the knee. So starting with the left side, the front of the knee 9 times, the back of the knee 9 times, and the sides of the knee 9 times. Front of the knee, back of knee, side. Yes. And then we're gonna lift our heels up 3 times, opening up those feet channels. You can even do it a few more if it feels good. Well done, you guys. I don't know about you, but I am so chock full of energy now. Ready to start my day, ready to go off into Friday and have an amazing weekend. I wish you all the same. Thank you for being here today. I love getting to do this with you each week. And of course, as always, if you have any questions, you can ask them now, or you can send them to me in an email. This recording will, of course, come out to you today as well. Let me turn that music down, and then I'll come back. Okay. Hi, let's see. I'm gonna unmute you. Hi, guys, any questions or thoughts or observances?
I have a question. So when we're doing this elliptical, is there a time when the one hand goes in front of the other, or is it circular, or?
It is. So do you mean like this? Does one hand pass in front of the other?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. So it's gonna come down and cross. It's gonna go up. So you're making this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it matter which one? Does it matter?
I was taught that the left comes up, right goes down, and then it goes in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah. Great question. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.